So today we're going to be making a great accompanying recipe for like tacos or really any type of food. It's just a delicious kind of salsa slash sauce. It's going to be a habanero salsa with some jalapenos and stuff. And it's a 1 cup recipe, meaning that we're just using our Ninja Fit blender. Any blender or food processor will pretty much work. And we're going to throw everything in and that's it. Just pulse it. That's how easy it's going to be. So we're going to go through this. We got our Ninja Fit blender ready. We have all our ingredients. I'll go through that quickly. 2 jalapenos, right? 2 to 3 habaneros. Now these are all added based on your spice level. The reason why I do jalapenos is because it adds a little extra texture and I remove the seeds. So the spice comes from the habaneros and you get more of that habanero flavor. You need 1 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. I'm using diced tomatoes, it's just easier. Use the unseasoned ones. Cilantro, optional. I know some people think it tastes like soap. An onion, garlic. You can use garlic powder, fresh garlic, always better. Cumin, and salt. So we're gonna chop everything up and then we're gonna place everything in the blender and we're gonna see how it tastes. And I'll show you guys, I already showed you some B-roll, but you're gonna see how easy this is to put together. Okay, so there's actually not a lot of prep we have to do for this. We really just have to get our peppers ready, which we lightly chop. I do de-seed my peppers. Now, in order to de-seed my peppers, instead of using a knife, I actually have this pepper de-seeder from Esre? I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyways, this helps you remove the core and all the seeds without having to take a knife and scoop them out with a spoon and get your hands all full of seeds and burn yourself. So you just place it in. It's actually really simple. This is how I do it. I actually don't even know if I'm doing this right, but I just kind of turn it while I go. Now, usually I take the stem off because it's going to help everything a little bit more, but just kind of place it in. And I just rotate it with my hand. Again, I don't even know if I'm doing this right, but it kind of scrapes against the sides. It doesn't matter if we keep the structure for this case because we're just using this for salsa and it's going to be blended anyways, but you can see, look at how easy that completely removed everything in just a few seconds. So we get all that decored pepper without having to do a lot of work with the seeds. Now, as for the habaneros, I leave the seeds in. I'm going to be using 2 to start. That may change. I may go to 3. I like to just play it by ear and see how spicy it is. Some people like higher spice, some people don't. Cilantro, you're just going to grab it by the bunch so we don't have to worry about it. The only other thing we have to get ready is our garlic. So I'm going to be using 1 clove of garlic, maybe 2 if I can find a really, that's a kind of a smaller clove. I do like a lot of garlic, so we're going to put in, I think 1 clove to start, but we'll get 2 ready. I just take it like this, boom. You just smash with your hand a little bit and that helps remove the shell. And I just very lightly chop. We're talking about just big pieces, right? Just this right here. And that's just going to have it all ready. And then it's not trying to blend all of it at once. For the peppers, same thing. We're just slicing up big chunks. Look at how well that removed the seeds too. A few seeds in there, but really next to nothing. And habaneros, I just kind of half them like this. Just like this. Now the last thing we have to chop up is our onion. This is a pretty big onion, so I'm going to use maybe about 1/3 of it, because you do want some of that onion flavor, but not too much. I might even just use 1/4. Yeah, if you also want, you could use onion powder. But again, this does add to the texture, so you do want a little bit more texture in there to give it some really good flavor. So because of the size of the onion, we're gonna go 1/4, I think. So I'll even use the bigger half. And we're gonna go, I think about there. We can always add more, same roughly chopped, just like this. That's all the prep you have to do, that's it. Now you're ready for an awesome salsa. You can also double to triple this recipe as well if you want it a little bit bigger. Now we're gonna head over because I need a plug-in over here and we're going to make this and see how it tastes. I also forgot one thing, and that's a lime. Just roll it out with your hands. This is gonna help loosen it, the liquid and stuff, and make it a little bit easier to squeeze. You can be pretty aggressive with it till it really softens up. And now you're gonna see it's not firm anymore. That's all the juices being released. Roll it on the other side as well. And now that'll be good to squeeze inside. That's optional again. It helps cut through some of the spice and add a really nice tangy sourness to it. So let's head over and make it with our Ninja Fit. Okay, so let's get started with the process. I like to throw in my peppers first. So jalapenos in, garlic, onion, habanero, and a squeeze of lime. Now blend this together a little bit just to get it up into little chunks. That's what you want right there. Take your can of 28 ounces of tomatoes. Give it some salt, cumin, and stuff it with cilantro. Now you can see the Ninja Fit blender was perfect for that. Now the container was a little too small. I'm actually going to taste it, and I will add the other half of the tomatoes. I'm going to put them in and blend them just a little bit just to even out the flavor. If it's a little too hot, which I think it's going to be. Okay, so we need the rest of our tomatoes. I did promise one blender, but it's just a little too small. I'm going to add in a little bit more of the habanero, the jalapeno. I'm going to add in some lime. And we're going to need a little bit more salt with that. And we blend. Now that'll help even out the flavors here. We can just give it a quick mix. Look at that deep salsa look there. Perfect for tacos. Check that out. Nice, simple, spicy, great taste to it, and really easy to make. A habanero salsa inside of the Ninja Fit, which is the perfect thing to blend it in. That literally blended it in like a few minutes. Really tasty. Love it. Can't wait to make some more.